Hello and welcome everyone to today's webinar, our latest PxidaTX webinar. Today we'll be looking at building a PxidaTX What Matters Most survey. Extremely powerful survey, it uses behavioral analytics technology. And with me, I'll just put my camera on in fact. And with me today, Artie and our support team will take us through the survey itself and how we actually build the survey, and then I'll touch upon the powerful analytics that comes from using the survey. If you want to ask questions at any time, we'll answer all the questions at the end of showing the analytics piece. So do just type your questions, use the Q&A button at the top to add any questions you may have. So with that, I'll hand it over to Artie to share her screen. I'll just stop sharing mine. Good.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll quickly move into getting started with the What Matters Most survey. So let me quickly share a screen of the website. So once you have logged in with your credentials, you'll directly be landing into the dashboard page. So to start with the What Matters Most survey, we have to first click on the Create Survey, and then choose the What Matters Most survey. So you can add in the survey information here. You can give the survey name. For example, I'm going to give demo survey as the survey name. And you can choose which department you wish to deploy the survey to in the section. Let me choose human resource. You can select a category of the survey by say well-being. So depending upon the survey category that you have chosen, the attributes will be automatically be generated. So I can also add a survey description. So once all the information has been filled, you can click on Create Survey. So in this step, you get to add in more details. You can add the logo of your company in the JPG, PNG, and SPG format, and the size is limited to 400 KB. Since all the other information has been filled, it is automatically reflecting in this step as well. So in here now in the show email section, you can choose from three options. If you wish to get the email ID of your respondents in the beginning of the survey, you can keep the option as required. If you do not wish to get the email ID from the respondents in the beginning of the survey, you can keep it as none. But for the demo purpose, I will keep the option as required. The next is to choose the survey language. We have 5 survey languages you can choose from: English, French, Italian, Polish, and Korean. You'll choose English in this demo. So coming to the line manager setup, if you keep this toggle on, what it does is you have the option to receive notifications to the email ID that you would be entering here. So the notifications you would receive is pending response list till the life of the survey and the survey completion list. You can choose which notification you wish to receive. You can also choose both the notification if you want to receive both. And you can also select the duration in which you want to get these notifications to the email ID you will be providing in the section. So once you have updated that section, we'll move on to the welcome and success settings. In here, you can enter the welcome and thank you message, which would appear in the beginning of the survey and the end of the survey, respectively. So for right now, we have provided a small welcome message directly, but in case if you wish to customize and personalize the message, you can always change it accordingly. Coming to the support email section, in here you can provide an email ID to which your respondents can reach out to in case if they have any queries. It will be shown at the end of the survey, especially along with the thank you message. Coming to the URL, you can provide a URL of your company's website. So as soon as the respondents complete their survey and as soon as they hit the finish survey, they'll be directly redirected to the company's website. In case if you wish to add any terms and conditions, you can keep this toggle on. And you can add the terms and conditions along with your welcome message. But if you do not wish to add any terms and conditions, you can keep this toggle off. These are the few optional questions that you may ask your respondents. You can keep the age toggle on and also the measure performance. So by keeping the measure performance on, it will help you understand the ranking of the attributes by the respondents. So we'll be talking more in detail about measure performance when we get to the survey insights. So once we have completed the setup, we'll click on next. And as I said, depending upon the category of survey that you have chosen, the attributes will be automatically generated according to the category. So right now we have these 10 attributes, but in case if you want to add additional attributes, you can always add the attribute here and provide a description. And once you click add, a new attribute that you have added will also be added to the existing list. So I'm going to choose 5 attributes from this list. And then once I have selected the attribute, we'll click on next. And we have a set of themes to choose from. We can apply any themes of your choice. Right now I'm going to choose corporate blue and I'll apply. So this is how the survey will look. This is just a preview. So you can always click on the test link tab. So this will help you take a survey before you send out to the respondents so that you can check if the survey is working fine. So once the survey has been setup has been completed, it is time to publish the survey. You can publish the survey by 2 methods. One is by link and the other one is by email. So today I'll be showing you how to publish the survey by link. So once I click on select, a link is automatically generated. You can copy the link into a new browser. So this is exactly how your respondents will see the survey. So as I had kept the show email option as required, the respondents will have to enter their email ID to proceed with the survey. And I had also kept the age toggle option on in the optional question. So that is why this question is seen in this survey. So as you know, we have selected 5 attributes. Now the respondents has to rank the attributes according to what is most important to them. The most important being in the top of the list and the least important one at the bottom of the list. So once the respondents has ranked the attributes based on how they have ranked in the first question, all the other questions will be framed accordingly in the what matters most survey. So as you can see, when I click next, the respondents will have to rank the most important attributes to them compared to the other one. So I'll quickly show you how to rank the attributes. So based on the responses to the survey by the respondents, the what matters most survey has narrowed the attributes to these 3 attributes as you can see. So these are the 3 attributes that is most important according to the respondents' responses. So they'll have to rank these attributes now in a scale of 1 to 5. So I would say 5. I'll be ranking these accordingly and we'll click on next. So they can provide any additional feedback in case if they have any. So once they click on finish survey, this is the thank you message that appears for the respondents. And as soon as they finish the survey, the admin of the PxidaTX software will get their notification right here. So it shows that we have received the first response to the survey 11 seconds ago. So before getting into the insights, let me show you how to close the survey. So once you have deployed the survey, and if you do not want any more respondents to take the survey, you can go to your dashboard, and under My Surveys, against the respective survey, you can click on the three dots and you can close the survey. Once you close the survey, no more respondents will be able to take the survey. You can see that the status of the survey has been automatically been updated. Now to view the insights, I'll hand it over to Leighton. He'll be taking you through how to view the insights.
Thank you, Arti. That's great. Thank you very much. Okay. I'll just share my screen. Bear with us a moment. Survey, your What Matters survey. And for the purposes of this demo, I have a survey here, demo survey 1, which I'm going to view my insights on. So it's as simple as just selecting view insights, as you saw on the menu there. And I can see for this particular survey, I can filter between any dates. I can export the data if I wish to by clicking here as a from the dates I select as a CSV file. In total, I've got 11 respondents. Incomplete tells me those respondents that came but only partially completed the survey. So they've all finished the survey. And as we kind of alluded to, and you saw as the survey was being taken, what we're trying to understand is what really matters, what's really important to employees. So here we can see overall, out of these 11 employees, that adequate compensation, followed by health and wellness and good life balance, are the best things when they think about retention. They're the top 3 things that occur to them as the most important. Now, you saw Arti show you that you could select whether to ask them their age and their gender. And if we do that, we can filter. So we can see here for males, adequate compensation is actually, actually far more important to men than the kind of overall employees, followed by recognition and then a values-driven culture. So slightly different for men. And as you'd expect for women, that would be different again. So here you can see it again, quite a different picture for work-life balance, health and wellness benefits being the kind of top thing. If we want to filter a bit more granularly by age, we can do that for both genders and understand the differences. So, we're able to look at succinctly different levels of the organization in a more granular view. So understanding what matters is great, but also the question at the end of the survey that asks them to score their particular organization, your organization, for the things that matter to them. So these aren't just generic questions that they're asking, but these are the things that they actually feel are most important to them. We're able to understand kind of where overall we're sitting. So the most important thing here, you recall, is adequate compensation. That's the number 1 thing, and we're just above kind of the threshold level for that. So the orange band is a sort of okay position. Green band is we're doing really well on that. Red band is it definitely needs kind of action. So we can see kind of health and wellness benefits is jumping out as one of the top 3 things that, as it would be a win if we could have a big impact, particularly on retention for this organization. Improving health and wellness benefits would kind of be a priority. Again, work-life balance isn't quite what it needs to be, but it's above the red mark. If we look at the picture by gender, again, you can see as before, it will change. And so will the kind of ratings. So men are saying for them, compensation is the most important thing, and they feel that it's really lagging. For females, let's have a look. Okay, so we know it was about health and wellness benefits, but actually they feel they're quite happy with that. And compensation again is looking good. It's looking healthy for females. So if we move down, we can see that again graphically displayed in the detail of kind of what to focus on. And again, all this data is exportable, and you can see here it's kind of flagging the health and wellness benefits as we mentioned before. And again, at the bottom, they're asked to comment on their scores. So here's where we see the summary comments. So, you know, we're able to, those comments that are made consistently, it will appear larger on this chart. So it's a way of being able to understand the gist of all the comments without having to kind of filter right through all the comments. And then the survey analysis ends with clear recommendations of what to focus on for your organization. Okay, so that's the insight section. I'm just going to share my screen here for the questions. So a few questions have come in while we've been doing the demonstration. One of them was early on in, I believe, in the survey we asked about email. Why would you ask for email for them to complete their email? That's because some of the surveys would actually be useless without knowing the identity of the employee. For example, possibly a development survey. Whereas other surveys would be vitally, you know, it would be vital perhaps to not ask them for that, so the feedback can be anonymous. So perhaps a company culture survey, you know, to get more honest responses, or a company engagement survey, you may wish to hide the email address. So we put it in the hands of the HR professional as to whether you'd prefer it to be anonymous or whether you want to capture employee details. Are there new survey languages being added? You remember that Artie did show the drop down of the different languages. Yes, indeed there is. Our platform is capable of supporting you know, unlimited languages. So we'll certainly be adding additional languages consistently over the next few months, and you'll see those appearing. Does the survey always ask compare the same question pairs, the same attribute pairs? So is it the same survey for everyone? Is another way of perhaps of asking this question. It varies. It will vary depending on how they respond to the survey, as will the number of questions that they're asked, the number of comparisons they're asked to make. So it does respond to them in an intelligent way, the What Matters Most survey, and we'll present them with the pairs based on how extreme and choices that they make when they make their selections. Thank you for attending today. If you do have any further questions, please do email us at any time. The email address is up there, support@PxidaTX.com. I'd like to thank you all. So it's thank you very much for me, and we'll see you at the next PxidaTX training webinar. Artie, over to you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you, everybody. Thank you. Bye now.